Good Thursday morning. This is 106.1 KYVZ. Joe Zurich visiting once again with meteorologist Chris Sramek at Decision Weather and Atwood, as well as America's Weather Streaming Channel. Chris, a beautiful day on tap today. Looks like windy tomorrow and Saturday. Maybe some rain this upcoming weekend.
Yeah, Joe, this is the day we got to get out there and enjoy it because, like you said, it's going to get windy. And then by the time we get to Saturday, we could be talking about multi-hazard day. There's a low pressure that's now moving on to the Pacific coast. That'll dig a trough and out in the Great Basin and swing through here that first low pressure on Saturday. And then it'll be followed immediately by a second low pressure that'll go through Texas on Tuesday. That's going to mess up the cloud coverage for that eclipse that's going to be moving through Texas and the Arklatex and through the Midwest, with that storm system out ahead of it and this one coming behind it those 2 days. So you're not going to probably, if you're on that going to that main track of the eclipse, it could be some problems viewing it. For us, we're going to see today temperatures climb up there in the low 70s. The winds are to a southeast direction here this morning. They'll pick up this afternoon at 10 to 15 miles per hour, starting out around calm to 5. And then this evening and overnight, they're going to increase even more at 15 to 25. And then by the time we get to the track meet tomorrow, we could be blowing 20 to 30 with gusts over 40 miles per hour by the end of the day. There is a fire weather watch west of Highway 25 for Friday where it's drier. We got a fire weather red flag warning out there in Colorado and Kit Carson and Cheyenne counties along the border. So we don't plan on doing any burning Friday and through the weekend. That low pressure now is forecasted to swing through, come out of southeastern Wyoming through southwestern Nebraska. It's going to dry slot northwest Kansas. And on that dry line, we should see some shower and thunderstorms develop probably from that North Platte to McCook to Oberlin, Norton, Phillipsburg area, and then push east and northeast and could have large hail and damaging winds. Don't think there's really a threat for tornadic activity, but with these severe storms, specifically on those dry lines, we have seen some very large hail. The other thing there on Saturdays, you're going to see that abrupt wind shift with that front and system coming through. We're going to be blowing. Friday night will be the peak of the winds. They're gusting up there 50 to 60 miles per hour during the day on Saturday. When you see that shift from southeast to northwest along the cold front, they're going to go from 40 to 50 mile an hour winds, immediately turn around and be 20 to 40 mile an hour winds from an opposite direction behind it. As far as the precipitation goes, rain's probably going to wrap in. The storms will be out to the east and northeast of the area. Rain showers are going to wrap in early Sunday morning, could stick around part of the day. Again, most of this is up in southwest Nebraska, north of I-70 in northwest Kansas, and there is snow out there in northeast Colorado to start off the day there on Sunday. Models are showing possibility of 1, 2, 3 inch accumulation out there in western Yuma County, the Fort Morgan area, Sterling. And then as far as rain precipitation goes, we might see a 1/4 inch or less north of I-70 to the Nebraska border. You get north of the Nebraska border, up there on Highway 34, we can see a 1/4 to 1/2 inch, and you get up there where that storms are, say a line from North Platte to Norton, that area, you could see an inch plus type precipitation. Once we get past Sunday, Mondays and Tuesday or an in-between day, we'll probably have clouds, no precipitation locally. We'll see temperatures in the 50s, lows in those upper 30s, middle 30s. Could start the week in the lower 20s there Sunday night or Sunday morning and Monday morning. And then by the time we get to the end of next week, we're talking about spring again, back into the 70s, and watching storm systems on the 14th and 15th and 19th and 20th. All look like spring-type systems, could have rain, severe weather, and snow to the west.
Chris, with the eclipse coming up on Monday, will it be visible at all from western Kansas?
It looks like, you'll have partial visibility that will be in between those systems. So, we're putting up a graphic that does show that. There is some areas in eastern Kansas. You get on I-70 towards St. Louis. It's showing only about 25% cloud coverage. We do have cloud coverage here in Colorado and the local area. So you may have to go to the east a little bit to get enough sky clearing to actually see it. So when you get, that close to the track, you can see partial eclipse. We're probably looking at, 50 to 60% of it there in eastern Kansas and into central Missouri. You get over there closer to St. Louis, you could see it better, potentially, but there's more moisture in the atmosphere, and it's usually hazier type conditions. It's just not like it is out here where it's drier. So the viewing of the eclipse looks like it's kind of in jeopardy through much of the Midwest and high plains.
Once again, that's Chris Sramek at Decision Weather in Atwood, as well as America's Weather Streaming Channel for 106.1 KYVZ. I'm Joe Vazurek.